I wondered if after the game, is Belichick still quietly seething over the fact that his wrists were slapped and he was forced to trade his man Jimmy Garoppolo at the trade deadline a year ago?
Right.
You think he still thinks that? Seriously.
Probably.
I think he might, but I think the correct choice was made by Robert Kraft to keep Tom Brady. And again, to me, he continues to say, I want to play until I'm 45. Are you going to bet against him? Because I keep telling you, there's one man in sports I just don't bet against, and it's that guy.
If you're going to protect him like he's going to protect him, like he protected yesterday. But I think the thing, Skip, is that we talked about, and I said this, you got to take something away. They ran the ball for 173 yards and 3 touchdowns in October. They ran the ball for 176 yards yesterday and 4 touchdowns.
Yep.
So they didn't stop the run. They didn't stop the pass because if you look at it, Skip, through I think the first 3 quarters, Tom Brady only threw 6 balls over 10 yards. Fourth quarter and overtime, it was 17. So what he said is, okay, now all of a sudden you guys want to come up. They ran 94 plays. 94. And really, they were really never behind until late in the fourth quarter. Normally, if you fall behind 21 points, Skip, you get, okay, you're going to run a lot of plays to try to play catch-up. But they're in an advantageous. They're in for the better part of, 3.5 quarters, they had the lead. So, and they still got off that many plays. But, Skip, look, Kansas City did a lot of things wrong. Because the game really should have been over with. Tom, I still don't know what Tom saw when he threw that pick in the red zone, in the end zone, Skip.
He did not see Reggie Ragland. He fooled him. He deked him.
So the game could have been...
It was a terrible mistake. That's from the half-yard line.
Half-yard line.
And by the way, that was 78 straight trips into the red zone with no interceptions. So he made a mistake that was extremely uncharacteristic, and I thought it might haunt him the whole game.
You're right.
But what did he do soon after that? He throws a 29-yard touchdown to Philip Dorsett. So it canceled, and they're up 14-0 anyway. So there was no blood on that play.
And the thing is that the Patriots, they force you to play perfect for 48 minutes. If you have any lapse in judgment on either side of the football, they punish you. Now, all of a sudden, I mean, they're late in the ball in overtime, and Will Fuller forgets that he has Julian Edelman. They're playing cover 5, 22-man, and he lets him go right up the field. And at the snap of the ball, say, Edelman's open. And what does Tom Brady do? Tom Brady's not missing a gimme like that.
Which one are you talking about? Because he hit him so many big times.
I think the first third down. And when they get him third down, it's not 3rd and 1 or 2, Skip. It's 3rd and 10. It's 3rd and 9. It's 3rd and 9.
You're talking about the first third down in overtime.
Yeah.
Because he goes 3rd and 10 3 straight times in overtime. That's impossible.
And then what they started to do, and they're playing cover 5. 2 deep safety, playing man underneath. They started putting Edelman in motion.
They did.
Because they saw he was getting jumped inside. Now, what Kansas City should have done was switch it. Okay, if he comes in motion, and if he gets to this point, you take him, I'm going to jump inside of your guy. They didn't. They got picked, and there it is again. But, Skip, they first force you to play perfect. And if you don't play perfect, but what about that first half shutout that Coach Belichick picked? Who would have thought they would come in the game and play cover 0, nobody in the middle of the field against this team? They said, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to double Tyreek Hill. Travis Kelce had his worst game of the season. He had a couple of drops. He had a fumble that got negated.
He did.
He didn't play particularly well yesterday. And now, because you can't run the football, you don't have a whole lot of opportunities. They don't put a whole lot on Pat Mahomes' plate, Skip. They don't let him audible at the line of scrimmage. You saw Tom Brady yesterday. If it was a bad play or he thought it was a bad play,
he had several kills.
Yes.
He did.
And then not only was he getting from bad play to good plays, he was getting to good plays to great plays.
He was.
And that's the next step for Pat Mahomes. He missed some throws. He missed Williams' kid. He had him wide open for a touchdown.
Listen, that was the equivalent of the Brady interception, because that's a gift touchdown. And nobody's home. He's just there. You could just float it to him. You could throw it underhand to him, and that kid could probably throw it underhand to him.
And what happens, Skip, is that he changes arm angle so much, and he throws off the wrong foot so many times that he threw off the wrong foot, and he threw it harder than he needed.
It was the one conventional throw he needed to make, where you just need to make it textbook.
Right.
Just go Tom Brady textbook. Just lay it up for him.
And then he exacerbated the situation by what, Skip? He taking a sack, big sack later.
And they didn't even
get out of field goal range.
No, it was a big turning point. And then Brady came right back with
a touchdown.
So now it could have been 7-7, and now it's 14-0, and so you're back on schedule.
Or at worst case scenario, 7-3.
Okay, where we diverge is the reason I believe this is Brady's greatest achievement is this is the worst supporting cast. This is the worst help he's had in his 19 seasons, because the defense to me is below average, and then weapons-wise, even though Belichick did a good job on Tyreek and Kelsey, Brady doesn't have Tyreek or Kelsey or Sammy Watkins, who got off yesterday because he was the one who was drawing the singles.
And then he got hurt.
Well, he did, but he caught 4 for 114. So he was killing him, and Damian Williams was getting free and getting loose for big touchdowns. So the point was that Edelman and Gronk they're not quite what they used to be, but they have such a brotherhood connection with Tom that when push comes to shove, he's going to trust them. And they know he's going to trust them. And it's almost like he wills the ball to those two. Because that was the best I've seen Gronk play in about, 2 months?
Absolutely.
Right? Because Brady kept going back to him and saying, you're my guy. Because he fought for him. He got him his money. He got him, they fought for each other, right?
Didn't get him traded.
He didn't get him traded. So, again, the reason this is such an achievement yesterday was you realize Bill Belichick's defense gave up 24 points in the fourth quarter. Think about that. You gave up 24, and guess how long Patrick Mahomes had the ball in the fourth quarter? 3 minutes. That's like Reggie Miller against the Knicks, right? How do you even do the math on that? But again, one was a longer drive that finished at the start of the fourth quarter, but they still put up 24 points in the fourth quarter. That's impossibly hard to overcome.
Brady gave through that interception. They ran it back to the 21, and then 2 plays later, they're in the end zone.
But that wasn't a gift. That hit Edelman right in the hands.
No, I don't think that was right in the hand. Because
you got to catch that.
No.
Can we see that?
But what happened, Skip, is that he had.
How many times I've seen him catch 100 of those?
Well, he had to miss the linebacker. So Edelman got in behind the linebacker. So Brady threw it a little farther because if he threw it back shoulder him, see?
Wow, boy, that hits him right in the hands to me. I've seen Edelman put that in his back pocket every time.
D Ford flashed him. You see what D Ford does?
I'm not putting that on Brady. I'm still putting that on Edelman. Maybe it's a bad break or bad deflection, but that's just bad luck. I'm not putting that on Tom Brady, but I thought the game was over right there. I thought that was going to be the end of it.
Well, it might have been had he gone down and scored a touchdown because it'll make it 24-14.
So what was the point yesterday? What had to happen? Because, look, here's the point. You pick Kansas City, and the truth is the better team lost that game yesterday. But the visiting team had number 12.
No, I believe the better team won the game.
I don't.
You think Kansas City's defense is better than the Patriots?
The only way, I think it can rush the passer better.
I couldn't tell.
Hey, here's the point. That Tom Brady held the ball. He won the game a keep away, and it was the all-time keep away wipeout game.
It was.
It's 44 minutes to 21 minutes? Are you kidding me? 44 to 21. That's impossible. You have more than doubled in time of possession. So you have kept Patrick Mahomes off the field, and it still went to overtime. That's impossibly great because Tom Brady said, I have to convert on third down.
It wouldn't have been, Skip, without those 2 turnovers. I believe if Tom Brady doesn't turn that ball over twice, if he doesn't throw that interception, Skip, they're going to get a touchdown. So it's going to be 14-0 at that point in time. And for all intents and purposes, if the game, I believe, would probably been over.
If the time of possession was equal, 50-50, this would have been a wipeout. Kansas City wins easily. I'm serious. Tom Brady converted 13 of 19 third downs. That's impossible on the road in the cold with a crosswind.
How do you get that many opportunities at third down?
You just don't. They were 1 out of 2 on fourth down. And I'm going to give Josh McDaniels some credit. He had a couple of clever run calls in the first half. But you realize Tom Brady went 9 of 11 on third down for 119 yards. And he converted via pass 9 out of 13. And he converted the last 4 on third down. Because what was, to me, the biggest play of the game was the one to Gronkowski. Remember, he threw it to Gronkowski the first time.
Well, he's holding.
But he went right through, remember, it goes right through Gronk's hands. Again, that wasn't Tom Brady's fault on the first time. And what happened, D Ford had lined up offsides, and Brady knew it because he was just shrugging about the interception off Gronk's hands because Brady saw the flag fly at the snap. So it's almost like it was a free play. But what did he do? On 3rd and 5 from the 29, he came right back to Rob Gronkowski on who? On Eric Berry, who has been his nemesis, who has shut out Gronkowski before. Am I right?
Yep.
And he throws it right to him up the side. There was the aborted interception. Look at this. He goes right back to a guy who's a shell of himself, and that's the play of the game to me. If you don't make that one, you're going to lose the game. And so that sets him up with the easy touchdown. So that's the throw of the game. And then to your point, in overtime, He's got 3 straight 3rd and 10s, and he goes to my brother Edelman, to my brother Edelman, to my brother Gronk. It's just connection. It's soulmate stuff. In a vacuum, if you took those 2 guys and put them on another team, would they be stars for another team?
Gronk probably would.
Not now.
No. But here's the thing, though, Skip. Let me ask you this. How many of those top receivers are going to be able to go and get 1 catch in a game or get no catches? Or and the coach says, you know what? I don't think you're healthy, so I'm going to sit you down for a week like they do Gronk. How many of those top receivers are going to be able to handle that? See, everybody can't play in this system because you have to give up your ego in anything that you, I want to be a Pro Bowl player. I want to be an All-Pro player. Well, the most important thing is that you be a team player. That All-Pro and that Pro Bowl stuff, that's secondary here. And everybody can't accept that, Skip. Everybody wants their numbers because how else am I going to be who's the best this or who's the best that if I don't get numbers? Edelman doesn't care about that. Gronk doesn't care about that.
No. I agree. So, in the end, I said this before and I'm going to say it again. I am the biggest Michael Jordan fan. But to me, Tom Brady is even more clutch than Michael Jordan because he's proven it so many times more than Michael has on a big stage.
Well, it's hard to say, Skip, but see, Michael take the ball and put it in the basket himself. Brady can't throw the ball to himself, so he's relying on other people.
But I'm talking about close games because remember, Michael never went to a Game 7 in 6 finals.
Right.
He went 6-0 in the finals with 6 MVPs, but there was no Game 7. The shot he made, against
Utah,
stolen the ball from Karl Malone. That's Game 6, right? So the point here is we saw him on the biggest stage to get to the Super Bowl as an